Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for visiting Invest Tokyo 2024 in India, hosted by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government. I am Mariko Takai. I'm glad to be here as a moderator for today. This event is held with the aim of stoking interest and encouraging overseas startups, especially in India, to enter the Tokyo market. Also, it is part of the TMG SusHi Tech initiatives to attract global innovators to Tokyo and leverage new technology, ideas, and know-how to find sustainable solutions to the world's urban challenges. Okay, let's get down to business. First of all, we have a video message from Ms. Yuriko Koike, Governor of Tokyo.
Hello everyone, Namaste. I'm Koike Yuriko, Governor of Tokyo. Thank you for your interest in Invest Tokyo and for participating in today's event. Last July, I had the great pleasure of visiting India and speaking with young entrepreneurs and students at IIT Gandhinagar. This trip enabled me to feel the dynamism and energy of your country. Through innovation and international cooperation, we can drive growth and overcome the climate crisis, energy crisis, water-related issues, and other challenges confronting us. At the end of November last year, we opened the Tokyo Innovation Base, a mega base for startups and supporters from within Japan and abroad to come together and interact. In May, we will be hosting SusHi Tech Tokyo 2024. This will be one of Asia's largest global startup events. Financial players, startups, and a diverse range of people from all over the world will meet and create innovation. Tokyo has what it takes to be the best stage for growing your business. I look forward to the day when I can meet you here. Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。
Thank you for watching the video and your attention. Next, we would like to introduce you JETRO initiatives, support for entering the Japanese market and international collaboration. Director of JETRO Bengaluru office, Mr. Mizutani, I'll hand it over to your presentation.
Okay, hello everyone. Firstly, I want to share the presentation PowerPoint. Could you shut down, close your the material? Oh, okay, I can share. Okay, once again, hello everyone. My name is Toshihiro Mizutani. From Japan. I work here in JETRO Bangalore office now. Okay. So firstly, I want to introduce JETRO, our organization, and who we are. JETRO is a Japan external trade organization that promotes mutual trade and investment between Japan and the rest of the world, and originally established in 1958. So we have offices all over the world, about 70 countries. And here in India, we have 5 offices, including New Delhi and Ahmedabad and Mumbai, Bengaluru, and Chennai. The New Delhi office was set up in 1966. So the Delhi office is, of course, the regional control center, the biggest office in India. And our Bangalore office was opened in 2026, about 18 years ago. So the third oldest offices in India, following by Delhi and Mumbai and Bangalore. So this is a picture of our JETRO Bangalore office team members. About 10 members are working here at our office. Yes, and our service in India, there are approximately 5 points. First one is a one-stop window for Japanese companies coming to India and already existent in India. Nowadays, in many newspapers or TV programs, there are many Indian-related news coming to Japanese in Japan. So these days, many Japanese companies have a strong will and want to invest and come to India and work in India. Actually, last year, JETRO conducted one survey, and 75.6% of Japanese company in India answered that they will extend their business in 1 or 2 years in India. So this 75.6% is the world highest figures in JETRO offices in the world. So now we are accepting many guests from Japan, and I'm every day very busy to introduce charm and attractiveness of India to Japanese companies. So mainly our consultation service is to introducing the market situation in India by industry-wise and how to set up or establish a company and where is the best area to come to India in the main cities in India. Of course, I am in Bangalore, so I'm, how can I say, appealing the attractiveness of Bangalore area, but we have 4 other cities and offices, so each office is, how can I say, appealing the good point of those cities. And the second point is working together with state governments. Yes, to set up a company for Japanese company in India, of course, state government cooperation is very important. For example, to make a manufacturing base in Bengaluru states, the important point is to look for the very suitable base in manufacturing base. So to cooperate with the state government, and we are introducing the best place for Japanese companies. So for JETRO also working together and establishing good relationship with the state government is also very important. The third point is exhibitions and seminars and webinars. Yes, actually early this month, last month, there were a very big exhibition called IMTEX. It's a machine tool specialized exhibitions in Bangalore. It is quite big one, and I have added one photos here, Japan Pavilion for IMTEX Forming 2024. And actually, this is not for big companies. This is for Japanese SMEs companies. Big company can manage by themselves because they have many resources, including staff. But the matter is SMEs, small companies, medium Japanese companies who cannot, how can I say, collect the very important information about India. So JETRO is supporting those, especially SME companies, to make easier business to do here in India. And the fourth point is the research survey and the reports on India-Japan business. Yes, actually we are writing a report every day basis, and this is related to Japanese companies' activities working in India, and about also rules and regulations changes like that. So many Japanese companies want to collect the correct information about the business in India. So JETRO is working for those Japanese companies to convey the right message. So every day we are, how can I say, making those report and writing report and disclosing to many Japanese companies. And the fifth point is Invest Japan, a cross-border of innovation. The next page is Invest Japan program. Actually, so far, I have introduced Japanese companies' activities in India, but vice versa, we have, of course, supporting menu for overseas company, including India. So we support Indian companies to invest and expand their business in Japan. And we provide one-stop services mainly in Tokyo headquarters office, but also other cities, regional cities. And we provide office space consultation from professionals and give networking opportunities to foreign companies have a will to do business in Japan. And the second one is J-Bridge. J-Bridge is, JETRO is bridging the mutual business needs between India and Japan. And actually not only India, but also other countries like Southeast Asian countries, India, US and Canada, Europe, like that. And the focusing field is mentioned as these papers: mobility, smart cities, health tech, mainly for digital sectors. And one more is the green sectors, renewable energy, energy conservation, storage batteries, like that. So objective, of course, to create cooperation between Japanese companies and overseas startups for the development of new business. So the detailed menu is what we can provide is company introduction. JETRO will prepare a business summary for of foreign startups companies and disseminate it into the registered J-Bridge members. And second point is meetup services with J-Bridge members. And the third point is invitation to events. And the fourth one is one-on-one business meeting. So we are supporting each Japanese company or Indian companies, including startups, to make detailed business and have a will to expand the business in Japan or India. So who is the J-Bridge members, partners? J-Bridge members approximately over around 2,000 people from more than 1,350 companies. So what I want to say here is not only big companies, 48% large companies, but also about 30% SME companies are also included. There are many companies. There are a wide variety of chances of business collaboration in India. So based on this platform, people in each country can exchange freely, interact with each other. Yes, and of course, we have overall networking in the world, but sometimes our network is in a sector-wise, sometimes limited. So we, JETRO Bangalore office, have networks of those organizations like incubation center or startups or accelerator. So Mazmat Shah Medical Foundation or C-Camp, those are the medical sectors, and bio sector or AI innovation technology sector or mobility sector. Based on the interest of Japanese companies, we are cultivating those related organizations so that we can introduce proper companies or startups to Japanese companies or vice versa to Indian local companies to Japanese startups. And here we want to introduce what we did recently. We promote collaboration between Japanese and Indian startups economic ecosystem to foster innovation. So last year, we visited Japan together with Indian startups. altogether about not so very, very big delegation, but altogether about 10 startups. Yes, so we visited Nagoya City or Hamamatsu City. There are based of Suzuki Motor or Yamaha Motors. So we all together visiting those Japanese companies and seek for some possibilities to expand for Indian companies to do business in Japan. And also in Bangalore every year, there are very big events about startups, tech sparks. So we established Japan Pavilion booth. Last year, September, we set up about 5 booths, and Japanese startups participated in the tech sparks. And yes, this is one of the example of detailed collaboration between India and Japan in the field of startups. Not so many at this moment, but there are, yes, certainly several detailed collaboration in the sector of AI or robotics, agri-tech or drone sectors. And yes, I want to introduce our activity, one more activities. In every year, we are implementing job fair together with IIT, Hyderabad. So as you might know, there are huge demand for Indian IT engineers in Japanese companies because in fiscal year 2022, about 51.7 Japanese companies answered shortage of IT engineers in their companies. So it means there are huge number of IT engineers shortage will happen. Actually, not will happen. Is currently happening in Japan. So nowadays we are receiving so many inquiries about Indian IT engineers to work in Japan. So we are conducting that kind of job fair in India. So I think India is the only country in the world that can be able to produce a large number of IT engineers. So in IIT Hyderabad, there are one teacher, Japanese teachers. So because of the that cooperation, it is a bit easier for us to conduct this kind of event in IIT Hyderabad nowadays. So by this job recruiting fair, JETRO will support Japanese companies' expansion of the business in India. And I believe it will generate a cutting-edge innovation between our two countries. Okay, thank you very much. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mizutani. And next, 2 major companies will talk about innovation creation by Japanese companies and Indian startups. First, Mr. Takashi Ishikawa, Toshiba Corporation, will give us presentation. Mr. Ishikawa, let's get it started.
Thank you for the introduction. Good evening to all of you. I'm Takashi Ishikawa from Toshiba Corporation. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk about Toshiba's innovation from India. I hope that my talk will be helpful to those of you who are exploring business opportunities in Japan, especially in Tokyo. Let me briefly introduce myself. Maybe most notable point of my career today's context is that I have over 8 years of experience in India. I served as the managing director of Toshiba Software India, based out of Bangalore, and I am currently the chairman of the company. First of all, let me introduce you to Toshiba. I believe most of you heard about Toshiba. Toshiba has close to 150 years of history with First of all, let me introduce you to Toshiba. I believe most of you have heard about Toshiba. Toshiba has close to 150 years of history with broad range of business sectors such as energy systems and solutions, infrastructure systems and solutions, building solutions, electronic devices and storage solutions, digital solutions, retail and printing solutions, and battery systems. Historically, Toshiba has had strengths in the hardware business, in other words, physical systems. Leveraging our strengths in physical systems to connect them to cyber system and create new value is a common strategy across all areas of Toshiba's business. For that, Toshiba is now aggressively exploring partnerships. Toshiba has a wide range of business area and strong R&D capabilities. So we tended to develop everything ourselves without partnership. Such reluctance to external partnership is referred here as external rigidity. Toshiba has changed its mind. To create value in cyber-physical systems that are rapidly advancing in technology, it is important to break through this external rigidity and build partnerships strategically. In order to develop the optimal partnership strategy, Toshiba is working on the technology radar activity. The objectives of this activity are to acquire cutting-edge technologies through open innovation, to create new products and services, and to establish the entire global co-creation process that covers investigation, partner selection, and business feasibility check. For that, it is important to visualize the technology map and understand where Toshiba is positioned, how partnerships could complement each other's. Next, I would like to talk about the relationship between India and Toshiba. The ties between Toshiba and India go back to almost 60 years, and our activities are rooted in the Indian community. Toshiba's relationship with India started in 1960s when we installed the turbine generators at hydropower plants in Karnataka and Meghalaya states. So these are the 6 group companies and 2 joint ventures that is located all around the India, and they are creating around 9,000 employments. The main office of Toshiba Software India is located in Bangalore. The main mission of Toshiba Software India, in short, TSIP, is to develop software which are embedded into the Toshiba products and systems. We have over 1,100 talented AI researchers and software engineers helping to make Toshiba an excellent cyber-physical systems company. TSIP is the largest overseas software development center in the whole Toshiba Group. As you can easily imagine, cyber-physical systems heavily depend on software, so TSIP is one of the most crucial development centers in Toshiba Group. TSIP started its journey over 20 years ago in 2002. Over the past 20 years, TSIP has gradually expanded its business domain and transformed its position from offshore development center to excellence, a center of excellence that can offer higher value to the customers. An important activity to provide high value to customers is Ideathon, which we started in 2020. Ideathon is an event for brainstorming and developing ideas to create business or to solve specific challenges. TSIP started Ideathon in 2022 to create business idea based on Toshiba's technologies. Through this event, TSIP received expert suggestion and evaluation of the created ideas from Beyond Next Ventures, a VC partnering with Toshiba Group. Thanks to Beyond Next Ventures, TSIP engineers learned business creation methodologies and established innovative mindset throughout the organization. And last year, 2023, Ideathon 2.0 was held. Here, TSIP focused on solving real customer problems innovatively by collaborating with startups in India. This is in line with Toshiba's policy of breaking down external rigidity. Through Ideathon, we confirmed that Toshiba's technology, customer base, and market, and startups' unique technologies and speed could complement each other and have the potential to mutually benefit. TSIP is planning to continue such event in the future. These are the 4 ideas moved on to the next POC phase, which will be sponsored by TSIP's customers. I thank all the startups, TSIP engineers who collaborated in this event, and proud of the fact that efficiently created the idea as well as the POC proposal, which was acknowledged by the customers. So to conclude my talk, I think that one way for Indian startups to start business in Japan is to collaborate with large companies like Toshiba. In case of Toshiba in particular, Indian startups could first collaborate with Toshiba's Indian subsidiaries like TSIP and connect to Japan through it. I hope to see more such collaborations to happen in the future. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your presentation, Mr. Ishikawa. And then, from Beyond Next Ventures, Mr. Yuichiro Sano will give a presentation. Mr. Sano, please let us know your innovation creation by Japanese companies in Indian startups.
Thank you. This is Yuichiro Sano from Beyond Next Ventures. Let me share my screen first. Okay, good afternoon and good evening. And thank you for giving me this opportunity today. I will introduce the initiatives of Beyond Next Ventures in Japan and India. First, let me introduce myself. I am Yuichiro Sano, head of India investment team at Beyond Next Ventures. Before joining Beyond Next Ventures, I spent around 15 years working for a Japanese development finance institution, and I have long been involved in financing projects in emerging countries, and I have actually lived in India for about 3-4 years. And I joined Beyond Next Ventures in 2021 and currently lead the team that invests in Indian startups. Next, let me explain an overview of Beyond Next Ventures. Beyond Next Ventures is a venture capital firm established in 2014, and our asset under management is about $230 million with investments in 79 companies. Of these, 15 companies are based in India. We specialize in investing in deep tech, focusing on technology seeds originating from universities and research institutions, and creating significant social impact by commercializing them. In India, we invest not only in deep tech, but also in digital technology as well. And while our primary business is investing in startups, we are actively working on creating an environment, an ecosystem that support startup growth. For example, our incubation activities include a deep tech focused acceleration program held annually since 2016. And to date, 160 teams from universities and research institutions across Japan have participated. And we have supported the establishment of over 50 startups. Another critical aspect is human resources. One of the most critical issues in HR management for early stage and deep tech companies we have in-house headhunters and recruitment professionals who support our portfolio companies with talent acquisition. In India, we began investing in 2019 and have invested in 15 companies so far. We are looking to accelerate our investments further and are currently establishing a new fund. Our characteristics are fourfold. The first is our extensive experience in investing in deep tech. We believe that the number of deep tech startups will increase in India, and we want to contribute to this growth. The second is our integration into the local ecosystem. I work alongside 2 Indian team members since 2019. By continuing our activities, we have strengthened our connections with Indian entrepreneurs, incubators and accelerators, universities, and investors. The third is being a Japanese venture capital. We aim to create win-win collaborations by connecting Indian startups with Japanese companies. The fourth is our collaboration with Japanese government agencies. We work in collaboration with Japanese government agencies to support the entry of Japanese companies into India and their investment activities in startups. This is our team in India. We handle everything from sourcing startups to value creation in a comprehensive manner. Not only do we focus on investments, but we also put a lot of effort into building alliances with Japanese companies, therefore forming a mixed team of Japanese and Indian members. With the launch of the new fund, we plan to further strengthen our team. Here are our portfolio companies. We invest in healthcare, agri-food, and AI digital sectors. We also plan to strengthen our investments in climate tech and the industry sector moving forward. And let me introduce some of the portfolio companies here. Medibuddy, on the top left, is India's largest online consultation platform. It offers not only online consultations, but also offline consultations, medication delivery, and home testing devices, and so on. And BigHeart is a pan-India full-stack agri-tech platform, digitizing the value chain from pre-harvest to post-harvest. It connects sellers of agricultural inputs with farmers and provides digital advisory services using AI to improve farmers' productivity. And Mining Foundry is a company that provides AI solutions for edge devices. And all of these 3 companies are introduced. Now Japanese companies are working together to develop some new businesses. And we'd like to create these cases more and more. We collaborate with many partners within India. For example, with IIT Hyderabad, we are working to accelerate industry-academia collaboration focused on open innovation between Japan and India. And we have secured investment opportunities in startups originating from IIT Hyderabad and use it as one of the bases for Japanese companies entering India. We are also cooperating with Maruti Suzuki's Open Innovation Program and participate as a partner in their Male Accelerating Program. In the life science sector, we have partnered with C-Camp, one of the best life science incubators in India, for long, and have made co-investments in 3 companies so far, together with them. And recently, we started a partnership with T-Hub, one of India's largest incubation hubs in the Telangana state, to expand our access to promising startups and to promote, again, open innovation between Japanese companies and Indian startups. Finally, let me discuss our approach to open innovation. We believe that collaboration and open innovation with Indian startups are very much effective for Japanese companies looking to enter India. And through continuous investment activities since 2019, we have built a network with Indian startups and has expertise in business co-creation with startups. Therefore, we've been supporting the open innovation efforts of Japanese companies in India. One of the examples is, as Mr. Ishikawa-san from Toshiba mentioned earlier, we have collaborated with Toshiba Software India on Ideathon initiatives twice. And this effort aims to facilitate open innovation by leveraging our networks with Indian startup companies and addressing the challenges faced by Toshiba Software India. And also, as part of our efforts to connect Indian startups with Japanese companies, we have also organized a tour to India for Japanese companies. We have held 2 such tours. The first tour in August 2023, last year, with 11 companies participating, and the second tour happening right now this week in Bangalore. And moving forward, we aim to strengthen our role as a gateway connecting Indian startups with Japanese companies. Thank you so much for listening.
Mr. Sano, thank you for your presentation. And followed by that, it's time to know about initiatives of Indian companies in Japan and Tokyo. VVDN Technologies. Let me hand it over to you, Ms. Lovelyn Sahani and Mr. Iwamoto Nobuo, please.
Hi, first of all, thank you. Thank you, Tokyo government and JETRO and everyone, right, for giving us this opportunity to get the innovation ideas that government is planning from Japan also. And I think the similar initiatives are being taken by Indian government also to bridge the gap between India and Japan. And this opportunity for speaking about VVDN in Japan, it's a very good opportunity for us, right? So I'll not take much time here and I'll explain quickly about VVDN, right? So VVDN stands for Voice Video Data Network, and we are basically a premier design services and a manufacturing company, basically ODM from India. And I'm Lovelyn. I'm presenting VVDN from VVDN Japan. And basically, we started our operations in Japan in 2018. And we started our operations in the same terms to start our innovation and how we can bring the technologies and also how we can globally do the export services, right, from India and get make in India concept more visual to the global companies. And mainly with the relationship of India and Japan, we are targeting this, that how we can bring more and more opportunities to India by VVDN, right? So VVDN's majorly focused on make in India products, and that is our vision for the year 2025 also. And so this is a brief about VVDN. So we started this company in 2007. This is almost 17 years of the growth path and the history that we have as VVDN. And we are primarily located in Gurgaon and Manesar. Manesar has our headquarters, and also we have our manufacturing facility plus design house in Gurgaon and Manesar. So we have across India, we have around 14 design and delivery centers. That includes our major locations, that is North India locations also and South India locations also. And for manufacturing, we have our facilities in Manesar, and then Pollachi also is one of the area where we have our tech center also, training centers also. And also we have the manufacturing facility also in Coimbatore, and we are expanding our further growth path for the expansion is the PCB fabrication, semiconductor devices in India. And then also we are started focusing on aerospace, defense and meditech, right? And in Japan, we have our office in Minato Mirai, Yokohama. And that too is a support from government, right? So JETRO is helping us, and JETRO helped us to get our office also in Minato Mirai, Yokohama. That is also a very good initiative from JETRO government in Japan, right? Then we have around 7+ global sales offices that includes primary location of US, Europe, Canada, and in total we are around 12,000 plus employees. Out of that, almost 7,000 engineers we have in our company, and we are providing as in local outsource offshore development services also, and then also we are doing the product engineering services. So this is in terms of offering from VVDN side, what we are offering. So we are pure play working as a software engineering services company also, where we are doing the complete digitalization, AI, ML, embedded systems, right? And the another business model where we are working is a completely as in product engineering company. So we are very much strong in doing the system designs, and that is from the hardware perspective, from the mechanical perspective, from the silicon devices perspective. We have a very good relationship with the silicon companies, and then also we are into the RF engineering also. And on the top of that, the another division, as I mentioned, is the electronics manufacturing, mainly focusing on make in India products and export globally. And that is also one of the initiatives. I think now the automotive companies from Japan like Maruti, Toyota, they are also focusing to do a lot of business in India and do localization in India for their business also. So that is also one of the thing where Tokyo government and Japan government and Indian government is helping and taking initiatives to do the localization for India. So these are primarily the target industries that we are focusing. So one is telecommunications. Telecommunications, we are mainly working in the 5G and the networking devices. And also we are into the RU, the radio unit and the devices. Then also we are working on the data center, right? So data center also is one of the major domain for us, where we are doing the server designs, and that also with the Indian government initiatives also, we are doing the data center designs. And now we are doing the servers manufacturing for the premier companies from global, and we are now manufacturing their servers in India. And also the another point is the laptops and the tablets is also one of the point that now we are starting, and we are doing the design and manufacturing locally for most of the global companies. And the another industries we are serving is the industrial, consumer and IoT, security and surveillance, and automotive, right? So these are our major focused industries. So this is our core business driver, as I mentioned. So we have excellence, we have the team in-house for engineering, and we have all the labs, test labs, environmental reliability test labs, and we are supporting all the customers for doing their design, integration, and the certification support also we are providing in India. And we are very much for the collaboration from the Japan government, where we are working on integrating their services and expanding our facility to do the product localization and manufacturing localization for Japanese customers in India. And that's how we are having the excellence in engineering plus manufacturing. And we are very much open in providing our engineering resources, like in IT services, in the product engineering services to Japan, and in our offshore development center model. So this is the glimpse of our facility. So we have a best-in-class manufacturing facility in India. So we have around 12 SMT lines, and that whole is built on the clean room class specification. Then we have our own product assembly, testing, validation, pre-certification testing labs, EMI, EMC testing labs, different kind of testing we can do in-house, right? And then mold and tooling. Mold and tooling is also one of the part that we are doing in-house, CNC, sheet metal, die casting, painting, printing. So we have this in-house facility to do any kind of manufacturing. And you can say we are, I think, number one in India in terms of the industries that we are serving, and for the design and manufacturing of the products, such key products in different domains. So these are major business units from VVDN that we are providing as a services to our customers. One is 5G, data center, networking and Wi-Fi, vision, automotive, and IoT. And cloud and apps is a vertical BU across all the applications. We are doing the complete mobile application, server design, server implementation, NOC services, sustenance services in this model. So this is our VVD in Japan, and how we are able to make our business success in Japan is by bridging the gap of the language, right? So we have the people, we have almost 10 bridge engineers who are helping and supporting with the projects, who can speak Japanese and English, and who are bridging the gap between India and Japan. And as I mentioned, we founded in 2018, and then 2023, 22 actually, with the strategic partnership of JETRO, we have been allocated and we have been assigned an office in Minato-Mirai, Yokohama. And this is a view of our office. Okay, so mainly from the business point of view in Japan, so there are few barriers, right? There are few challenges that I think every industry will have while they will start their business in Japan. So, and although we are getting very good support from government and industries, right, from India, from Japan also, now we have started working with Tokyo government and with JETRO. So what we are looking for is the more supportive innovation, where we want Japanese government and where we want Japanese companies also to bring the Japanese OEMs to the companies like VVDN or other startups as well in India, who can do and who can join hands with them for doing their product innovation and manufacturing in India also. And then also finding out the true talent from Japan who can help in bridging the technical gaps also in Japan. So that is also one of the thing that we are looking, and that we face as a challenge in Japan, right? And then support provided by Tokyo government, as I mentioned again, thank you to JETRO for providing us the space. And now also JETRO is helping us with organizing few exhibitions in Japan also. So that is also one of the initiative that Tokyo government is taking, and they are helping us to get our visibility in Japan. So that's about VVDN, and that's about how we are working and what is our major approach of getting the support from Tokyo government as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for giving this time and opportunity.
Ms. Sani, thank you for sharing your stories. Coming up is knowing about education and living environment in Japan. Director, Global Indian School, GIIS, Tokyo, Japan, Mr. Sumit Mishra will introduce it to us.
Thank you, Mariko-san, for the introduction. Good evening. My name is Sumit Mishra, and I'll be speaking about the living environment in Tokyo. To start with, let us look at how Japan looks to someone from India. Some of you may have traveled here and may be more informed in general, but to anybody in India, what is the basic perception of Japan? It's the third largest economy, the largest metropolitan area in the world when you talk about the greater Tokyo region. It's a very, very safe country, very expensive city, small houses, high rentals, limited food options, especially for vegetarians, long working hours, and a working knowledge of Japanese language is essential to survive. So the first 3 points here, these are essentially facts. Japan is the third largest economy. The greater Tokyo region is currently the largest metropolitan area, although metropolitan areas in India are growing at a much rapid pace. Okay. It is a very safe country. But the other points, these are a bit more nuanced, and we can study that in the coming slides. Even if you're thinking about relocation to Japan, what is the first thing which would come to your mind? Housing, I'm sure. So 3 terms are very important when talking about Japanese homes: compact, traditional, and technology. Japanese homes especially in urban areas, are known for their efficient use of space, embodying minimalist design. Then coming to traditional architecture, many Japanese houses feature traditional elements like tatami mats, sliding doors, and wooden frames, reflecting a deep connection to nature and heritage. And there's a lot of technology integrated in homes itself. This is both for comfort and convenience, and also for ecological benefits. This includes automated baths, earthquake-resistant features, and eco-friendly amenities. On the right side, you can see a general layout of a very simple Japanese house. Okay, I'm not sure if you can read it, but at the bottom there's something written as a Japanese style room. So this room has tatami mats, which are essentially straw mats, and they help in keeping the house warm during winters. The remaining part of the house is pretty similar to any other house in any metropolitan area nowadays. Yeah. Okay. Now you can see on the right side the map of Tokyo. This includes 23 wards which are mentioned. Okay. I've circled 2 wards. One is Edogawa, which you can see on the extreme right hand side, and the other is Koto ward, a bit left to that. Okay. Most of the Indians in Tokyo currently, they live in Edogawa ward, and some of them in Kotoku. Now, people have their offices across Japan, but many of them are centered in the central parts of Tokyo. The star represents the main Tokyo railway station, which is in a way the center of Tokyo. Now, interestingly, in Japan, where most of the travel is by train, the travel time by metro train from Edogawa-ku to central Tokyo is just 18 minutes. So it's very comfortable for people to live in wards like Edogawa, like Kotogu, and commute to their offices in central Tokyo. Both cost-wise and time-wise, it's quite effective. Yeah. In these wards, rentals are quite reasonable. So this is again a surprise to many people in India, because the general perception which you spoke about was that Tokyo is very, very expensive. I've given some figures, but these are of course average figures, and housing prices, as you're aware, they vary much based on taste and location. Okay. But generally speaking, in these wards, a small family house can be rented for somewhere between 90,000 to 200,000 Japanese yen per month. I would say 100 Japanese yen is equivalent to around 60 Indian rupees. Okay. Then people have the option of renting private apartments, but at the same time, there are government agencies which provide houses, and they're primarily aimed at foreigners. Okay. So there are 2 such agencies. One is known as the UR, which is part of the central government, and the Tokyo government's JKK. The benefit of using these agencies is that there is no guarantor required, and there is no renewal fee. So obviously, to foreigners, it is a much better option financially. Yeah. Okay. Then we can come to transport. Now, while car ownership is so common in India, you'll be surprised to know that Japan, from where most famous car brands originate, that car owning is not the norm. It's quite optional. And most people, in fact, use the public transport system. Taxis are quite expensive here, and cycling is very common. Japan's transport system, okay. Oh, sorry. Japan's transport system is well renowned for its efficiency, punctuality, and innovation. The country boasts an extensive network of high-speed trains known as Shinkansen or bullet trains. The picture at the bottom, I think, is very recognizable. The train shaped like a bullet, and these started in Japan like something like 50 years ago. And it's another signature of the Japanese transport and Japan in general. Urban areas are serviced by dense subway and bus networks. The picture on the top, the big picture. And this is the train which I was referring to when I spoke about the 18-minute commute from Edogawa to central Tokyo. So these are the kind of trains which operate there. And then, of course, there are city buses, which are common like in any other city. Japan's commitment to sustainability is evident in its investment in eco-friendly transport options. You will be surprised to see buses running on hydrogen fuel, which is one of the most latest things in transportation and for clean energy. And all this results in minimal pollution. So that's another benefit for anybody who is living here. Yeah. Now we'll come to education. This is another critical area for anyone who plans to move to Japan. Yeah. I will limit my talk here to international schools. Although the Japanese education system itself is very robust, but since people are coming from India and other countries, they're more interested in international education. Tokyo has around 40 international schools, both big and small, 40. So that's a reasonably big number. All kinds of international education boards are available. The IB, the International Baccalaureate, is gaining traction nowadays, but we also have schools offering the American curricula, the British curriculum, the Indian curriculum, and also different schools from different countries like Russia and other who run their own individual curricula. Yeah. For interest to Indians, there are two big schools operating the Indian National Curriculum, which is CBSE. These are the Global Indian International School in Edogawa and the India International School in Kotoku. Yeah. The average fee is around 100,000 Japanese yen per month. Again, I use the word average because school fee may be more or less depending upon the kind of school and the grade, but this is an average figure. Then higher education is again gaining traction in Japan in terms of education being offered in English medium. This is especially in the last 10 years, the Japanese government has promoted international education in universities, and a lot of universities now are offering courses in the English language. Interestingly, the fee in Japanese universities, being a developed country, is much lower than comparable universities in the US, UK, Canada, such countries. Yeah. Then we can move ahead to food. Yeah. Of course, this is not a very critical area, but definitely of interest to most people. In short, if I would say that there are food options for every pocket and taste. Many people in India are vegetarian, and they're mainly concerned whether they will have problems with food. So here I can say I'm a vegetarian and I've been living in Japan for the last 4 years. I have not seen any problem at all in eating out or getting groceries or things like that. But if somebody would want to try out Japanese cuisine, it is again world famous, and certain dishes I'm sure even in India you would have heard of. Ramen, which is a Japanese noodle soup. This is very popular. And sushi, I'm sure, is quite popular. Anywhere you see a Japanese movie or Japanese novel, I'm sure there's a reference to sushi, which is a Japanese delicacy, which is mostly fish based. So mostly it is not a vegetarian dish. Yeah. And in Japan, Indian restaurants appeal not only to the Indian diaspora, but primarily to the Japanese market. So in most cities of Japan, even smaller towns, you can find Japanese restaurants, Indian restaurants. Yeah. And then vegetarian and halal food is readily available. We have grocery stores in most of the major metropolitan cities. Yeah. Then we can come to a few more technical areas like residency and healthcare. Most people, when they migrate to Japan, they come either on a work visa or as a dependent to somebody who has a work visa. Yeah. Earlier, Japan was a bit restrictive if again we were to compare to countries like US, UK, Canada and all. In terms of that, one would have to stay in Japan for a minimum of 10 years before he or she becomes eligible to apply for permanent residency. However, now this has been relaxed, and depending, of course, on the visa and work status, Indians can apply for PR even after 3 to 5 years of living in Japan. There are many benefits of having a permanent residency in Japan. One is that housing loans are available at a very low interest rate. Japanese interest rates are among the lowest in the world, but even then, for PRs, they are lower still. Yeah. Then, coming to medical facilities, Japanese healthcare is one of the best in the world, and all citizens and expatriates working in Japan, they're all covered under medical insurance. There's a standard medical insurance across the country, so one does not have to go to multiple insurance companies, evaluate them, unlike in India. And the system works something like that. 30% is paid by the individual, and 70% is paid through the insurance company. And for children below 15 years of age, medical treatment is completely free. So they are even waived off from paying that 30%, which is out-of-pocket expense. Yeah. Then coming to the Indian community in Japan, if you're living in one of the bigger metropolitan areas like Osaka or Tokyo, there are large Indian communities. At last count, the Indian community is something like 46,000 strong, with the majority, of course, living in the greater Tokyo region. Yeah. Indian engineers are especially well known in Japan in the IT, information technology, and the manufacturing sector. Nishikasai, which is part of Edogawa ward, which I spoke earlier and showed on the map, that is known as Japan's Little India, and you can find Indian shops, restaurants, temples, mosques, everything there. Most Indian festivals like Diwali or Holi, they have some sort of a communal celebration in these wards of Edogawa and Kotoku. Yeah. The Indian embassy is also culturally very active and organizes a lot of cultural festivals and gets Indians together both at the embassy and outside the embassy. So all in all, an Indian here does not feel alone. He's also part of the community and also part of the Japanese community at large. Yeah. This is my final slide, and I just want to say a few words about Japan's distinctive lifestyle, which is respected the world over. Okay. This is characterized by a very strong sense of respect, discipline, and attention to detail. Japanese society places a very high value on community, etiquette, and the pursuit of excellence. This, of course, coexists with a vibrant urban culture, and metropolises like Tokyo are at the forefront of technological innovation, fashion, and pop culture. In general, most foreigners I've spoken to, both Indian and other expats, they're very happy to be in Japan, and most like to be in Japan for a long time. So with that, I'd like to end my small talk. Thank you very much. And thanks to the Tokyo Metropolitan Government for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Mr. Mishura, thank you very much for your useful lecture. And lastly, we introduce you the TMG measures. Mr. Shinichi Fukunaga, Senior Director, Office for Startup and Global Financial City Strategy. He talks about Tokyo, your next business destination. Mr. Fukunaga, please share it with us.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Fukunaga Shinichi from Tokyo Metropolitan Government, TMG. Today, I would like to talk about three topics: the potential of Tokyo for your business, TMG's initiatives to promote global innovation, and TMG's support program for entering the Tokyo market. Tokyo has one of the world's greatest potentials for business and living. With a population of approximately 38 million and a gross regional product of $1 trillion, Tokyo is one of the largest cities in the world. In fact, its city GDP is as large as the country's GDP of Indonesia or Netherlands. There are also many world-class companies. In addition, a stable social order and the rule of law have been established. Tokyo is a huge market itself and a city where you can expand business around the world. Tokyo is also a good place to live. It is ranked first in Safe Cities Index. It has a rich culture, such as many great restaurants. It is also famous for its convenient public transportation. Ranked third in the world in terms of overall city strength after London and New York, Tokyo has the highest potential as a stage for business development. The next topic is about TMG's initiatives to promote global innovation. Tokyo is working to create a vision for a sustainable city which overcomes common urban challenges. Sustainable High City Tech, or SusHi Tech for short, is a symbol. Innovation with startups and international collaboration are the keys of this concept. TMG formulated its startup promotion strategy in November 2022. We set an innovation vision with three tenfold in 5 years: number of startups, global unicorns, and public-private collaboration practices. To realize this innovation vision, TMG is working on two major projects. One is Tokyo Innovation Base, the other is SusHi Tech Tokyo, just like our governor mentioned before. Tokyo Innovation Base, or TIB for short, is a mega base for startups and supporters. Located in the center of Tokyo, TIB is equipped with space for exhibitions, conferences, a salon space for interaction, co-working, and so on. TIB is being created under 4 keywords: global, connecting the world here; growth, connecting youth to the future; collaboration, connecting challengers with their supporters; connecting everyone. The kickoff event was held last November. We aim to establish TIB as a node for innovation around the world, a node that connects ecosystems of Tokyo, Japan, and the world. TIB welcomes overseas ecosystem players. Please visit and utilize TIB when you come to Tokyo. The other project is SusHi Tech Tokyo 2024. With 400 startups and 40,000 visitors from around the world, this is Asia's largest startup event on May 15th and 16th. At the same time, city leaders from 5 continents will gather in Tokyo. This is a great opportunity to collaborate and invest in a sustainable future. Lastly, I would like to introduce TMG's support programs for entering the Tokyo market. We offer various support for each stage, from interest, preparation to expanding business. Access to Tokyo is the overseas consulting desks located in Los Angeles, London, Paris, and Singapore. It provides insight into Japanese market, information about TMG's support program, and so on. In 2024 fiscal year, starting from this April, to strengthen business relations between India and Tokyo, we will open access to Tokyo in India. Business Development Center Tokyo offers a total support package that covers all aspects from business through to lifestyle issues. Support services include human resource recruitment, office search, administrative procedures, and business matching. We provide free consulting and subsidy for tech companies and financial companies. The free consulting support covers market analysis, business partner identification, and so on. The subsidy covers the cost of establishing a business in Tokyo, such as expenses incurred in consulting with experts and personnel recruitment. For foreign companies involved in green transformation, we offer a special program. It consists of entry support and subsidy. The total subsidy is about $850,000 in 4 years, including office rent and personnel expenses. We will start the next application in June or July. By the partnership support, you can meet Japanese companies in Tokyo through networking events or order-made matching. Tokyo One-Stop Business Establishment Center is run by the Japanese government and TMG. Administrative procedures can be done with English consultation. For more information, please visit our website. It can be found by keyword search Invest Tokyo. To promote our activity like today, please give us your feedback through our quick survey shown on the QR code. Finally, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the speakers and organizations who are giving great support to hold this event. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government look forward to your success in Tokyo. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fukunaga. Finally, we have covered everything. We, TMG, would like to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here today. And we strongly hope that you will come to Japan, Tokyo. Again, we really appreciate your participation. Great to see you all.